Hello students, so we are discussing KVPY 2020 essay paper physics section. We are now looking at question number 26, which is 11th question of physics part 1. So this question is a straightforward question, yet many of the students got confused in this question, and it wasn't their fault. Actually, there is something which is tricky in this question. Let's try to understand what that is. So it depicts a graph between inverse of magnification versus the distance between the object and the lens. So we know the lens formula is given by 1 upon v minus 1 upon u is equals to 1 upon f. And if I multiply this entire equation with u, I'm going to get u upon v minus 1 is equals to u upon f. And u upon v is nothing but inverse of magnification. Okay. So inverse of magnification is to be kept on the y-axis. So I can replace this by y. So I'll get y minus 1 is equals to on the x-axis, we are keeping the object, the distance between the object and the lens. So we will have x here and the 1 upon f remain as it is. So the equation of the straight line that we are getting is x by f plus 1. Now, I do get the equation of a straight line. I can see that the slope of this straight line will be a positive value as depicted in the figure. Okay. Now students who just paid attention to this part and calculated the slope of the straight line, marked the option and moved ahead, were actually benefited for, we can say, their innocence or for their lack of thought. But there were some students who got confused here because looking at this graph, it feels like that the graph is passing through a region. Have a look at this. This line depicts a zero of the y-axis. This depicts a zero of the x-axis. So it appears as if the graph is passing through origin, but this equation doesn't suggest as if the graph should pass through origin. So this confused a lot of students, though there's nothing confusing here. Let's first finish this problem and let's then see how we can resolve this query. So I just have to calculate the slope of the straight line. So if I look at the data here, I can see that on y-axis, the change in y coordinate is of 250 unit, whereas in x-axis, the change in the coordinate is of only 1 unit. The slope is positive, so I can say that slope should be 250 by 1, which makes me believe that focal length should be 1 upon 250, which turns out to be 0.004 meter. And I do observe this particular value in the option, so that must be the correct answer. It is in fact the correct answer. Now let me come to the point. How do we resolve this this dilemma that our equation suggests that the graph should not pass through origin, but the question depicts that it is passing through origin. So guys, see, here I would say that you believe that it is passing through origin, but maybe it's not passing through origin. The y scale is so vastly different from the x scale. Observe this. Here, one square or one unit represents 50, whereas here one unit represents zero point 0.2. So there is a huge difference in the scale, and because of that, it appears as if it is passing through origin, though it is not. To further, explain my point correctly, let me take the use of a graph plotting tool, that is Desmos. So guys, I've already input this equation. You can see here 250x plus 1, and the graph is here. We have to pay attention to the part of to this part of the graph. See, it appears as if this green line is passing through origin. Okay, it almost appears here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in, and after zooming in sufficiently, we'll have a look whether it actually passes through origin or not. So let's first get convinced that this is indeed the same graph as that was given in the question. So we were given the part where the y-axis ranges from 0 to 250. So till about this portion, we were given the graph, and on the x-axis we were given from 0 to minus 1. So about this much portion of the graph was given to us in the question. Now let's slowly zoom in and let's see what will happen when we do so. Let's try to zoom in slowly. So that's what I'm trying to do now. You see I'm zooming in, and voila, I think we are there. We can clearly see that this straight line is not passing through the origin. So students who thought about this and got confused, I would say that actually they were a bit unfortunate, because they were doing everything correct, and if only they ignored this point and just simply calculated the slope of the straight line given, they would have obtained the correct answer. So guys, with that, I will end this solution. I hope you understood whatever I explained, and I'll see you in the solution of the next question. Take care guys. Bye bye.